Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. This is actually season 11, episode 23. So we've been doing the show for 11 years.
And we'll get it right eventually.
Yep. Sooner or later we're bound to get one right. So
you think so?
But yes, 11 years of doing this, and this is episode 23, so we've done 23 since the first of the year. So tonight we have an old friend, and he's been on before. Actually, I think might be his third time of being on the show in 11 years.
Wasn't he on the panel at one time too?
No, he's never been on the panel. No, never was on the panel, but he was always been welcome to be on, but my good friend Ken Moon from Moonpie Creations.
Or depending on who you are, right?
Yeah. So we had asked him earlier, but you can tell everybody how you been, Ken. How's you and your wife and everything?
Doing good. Been real busy. I got a promotion a couple years back, about 2 years now. Wow. To the head of my organization, and it takes up a lot of time. So, but I made a decision to start getting. Oh, speak of the devil, there's Leanne. She just came on. So, but made a decision that I wanted to get my channel back up and going. So I've been for the past few months, I've been cranking out some videos, trying to get myself back up to that level where my creativity is back in. So
your mojo, you're getting your mojo back.
Well, I lost it there for a little while. I don't know if you guys remember, but about 3 years ago, I had an incident with my jointer, and it. I mean, you can see my fingers here. They grew back.
Oh my God! You're a lizard, people.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you how your jointer is doing.
Yeah, it ain't there no more. I got rid of it. I actually, I can't even. I'll tell you the truth. I can't even really watch people use those things on videos. My chest starts thumping. But after that accident, I was having, just not feeling like being in the shop and stuff like that, and stopped having that whole creativity spikes. You can ask my wife. I dream about my projects before I do them. But now it's starting to come back. I'm getting to the shop. I'm managing my angst when I hear the machines get real loud. So I'm getting back to it.
I'm gonna tell you what, I used the one that the older shopsmith I had, where I had all the pieces to it. I used it on that one, and come to find out that by the time you get it all dialed in to where it's supposed to be, I could have had it done with Dan Blank.
Yeah. But actually, you really got off, pretty good compared to some people. I don't remember his name, but there's a guy on YouTube that lost all 4 of his fingers.
Yeah, he put his hand down on one of those the helical heads.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was running. So yeah, I thank the Lord every day that it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It felt bad when it happened. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah. It probably scared the poop out of you.
Yeah, it's funny. So Leanne was at a meeting with a bunch of the people in town and stuff, and I called her up on the way to the hospital. And I said, "Hey, just to let you know, I think I cut my fingers off." But I'm okay. I'm going to the hospital. She starts freaking out. So.
Well, you used the wrong term. You should have said, "I just had a little accident in the shop." When you said you cut your fingers off, that of course you got to go crazy.
Yeah, but we got the emergency room, and they're like, "Oh, they're gonna have to remove those. They're gonna have to remove your fingers." Oh my, yeah. And I'm like, and I'm just like, "Oh my God, are they really saying this to me?"
Yeah.
So went to the hand doctor shortly after that. The doctor looked at me when I said, "Are you gonna have to remove them?" They said, "Don't listen to the emergency room people. I'm in the business of saving fingers, not cutting them off."
Yeah.
So, yeah, and like I said, the fingernails grew back. They're a little bit deformed, but they're still there. And this one's about an eighth of an inch shorter.
Yeah. Well, that's still good. You can still use them.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's been a lot of people that I know have lost their fingers, so you gotta have that healthy respect for that equipment.
Yes.
You know, if you cut off your fingers with a laser, it'll probably cauterize it at the same time.
Yeah.
And if you lizard people, they grow back.
Yeah.
I didn't have any lasers when that happened. Maybe I should have cauterized it if I did.
Much safer.
Yeah, that guy that we're talking about that stuck his hand in the helical, he, like Ken said, he didn't realize it was on because he had his headpiece on, so therefore he couldn't hear anything. Yeah, and it literally stalled the planer out with his hand. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the guy that's got a construction company and him and his?
Yes.
And he's got
he does.
the
He does stuff on. It's just a nub right here. He has all four.
Yeah, but he's got
a.
He has a device that he puts on like a glove, and it's got the extensions. That Lana watches him.
Yeah.
They're in Colorado.
So I've been. I noticed lately you've been posting a lot of your resin bowls. Are you still using Total Boat?
I am. I'll tell you what. I told Total Boat that I was going to take a little hiatus, and they have kept in contact with me, just making sure I didn't need anything, and not just needing like resin or anything. They were checking on me. Like when I had my accident, they sent me a care package.
Wow.
I mean that's the type of company that I like to do business with.
Yes.
They've actually only sent me about a gallon of resin since I started back because they had sent me so much prior to that. But I don't know if you saw in one of my videos, I had some that's been sitting on the floor for a while and it crystallized up.
Yeah.
It was they had told me that I should have kept it. All I had to do was heat it up, but I threw it away.
Wow.
But no, I'm still using Total Boat resin.
Good.
They've reformulated some of their resins, and I'll tell you what, it's a lot better. That thick set, they did a reformulation to a 1-to-1, and man, I'll tell you what, it's really good. I've been using it a lot.
Yeah, I've been watching some of your videos lately, and what you posted on Facebook, and I saw them on Facebook, so I went back and watched the videos. But some of the wild and crazy colors you've been putting in them, I love that, like orange colored bowl you did.
The orange one?
Yeah.
Man, I've done so many lately. I can't remember the colors. So I started deciding I wanted to figure out ugly colors. So I took the 3 ugliest colors that I had and I put them together, and I think this is the one you're talking about. And I think it was I can't even remember the colors, and I can't remember.
I'm looking at it right now. It was the orange green.
Yeah, and it was like I put orange and like blue together or something like that. Was it?
Well, that was another one that you did. Yes, there was another one.
You talking about the last bowl you just did on YouTube?
No, I was looking at his bowls on Facebook, and then it led me to his.
But yeah, I've been trying to see what colors look good together, And like I did a pink and green one the other day, and I thought it was hideous. I called it the most hideous bowl ever, and everybody loved it. But I started asking my subscribers about what they wanted to see. So the latest one, oh yeah, that one right there. That one's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
And then I should be able to change it over here. And this one.
Oh, that's the hideous bowl right there.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
pink and green together right there.
No, that looks good.
I haven't.
There's another one you've done.
Yeah, that was the gold and black I put together with walnut.
That's pretty.
That,
I like
that one
walnut.
actually. That one was really pretty.
Oh.
Don't watch out.
Who is that young lad? And what happened to him?
That's your dad and you, right?
Yeah, that's my dad in basic training and me in basic training.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Cool. But yeah, all these are.
I haven't put my newest bowl on there yet. I released the video, but I haven't gone on Facebook and posted it yet.
And
The
this
newest
one
one.
here, this one's.
Oh yeah, that's the purple and yellow glow in the dark resin.
That's beautiful.
That was a suggestion from one of my subscribers right there, so I did that. It had a couple of cracks in it from the heat. You can probably see them in that top right picture right there. There's a crack in there. Oh, no, you can't see it. It's actually off to the left or right of that.
Yeah, that blue one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's beautiful.
I don't like selling bowls with large cracks in it. Even though it's repaired, it was very visible.
That right there. That right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
That looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah, that right there.
So I actually sent that bowl to that subscriber and
Yeah.
told her thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, that right there.
Those glow in the dark resins
Yeah,
are pretty cool. I've got a bunch of them.
I've got a filament that glows in the dark too. It's pretty cool stuff, really. When you see it glow back at you like that, it's kind of interesting.
Hey Ken, which one did you?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Which one did you make that you said looked like a galaxy?
That was the a suggestion from CP Blessed Dad, one of my subscribers. He wanted me to put two primary colors and a neutral color in.
Yeah.
So he suggested doing red, blue, and black, and I was like, well, I'd like to know what that looks like. So I did it, and wow, it is probably one of the most gorgeous bowls in the color-wise scheme that I've ever done, and it looks just like something like out of the James Webb Telescope. You know?
Neat.
It's really cool. I wish I had a picture of it, but I'm out in my shop, so I don't think I have a picture of it.
I thought that was your last video you did, though.
It was the last video I did.
Cool. Now these pieces of wood you get, and I know you used to mix different pieces, but are they just like a solid chunk that you're putting in and then adding the resin to?
Yep. So you can't see it, but I got a shelf over here with a bunch of wood that's been drying for 10, 15 years. Or I'll go out and I'll find a piece of wood out in our woods, or somebody will call me and say, hey, we got oh my goodness, you all right, Chris?
Yeah, the light just slipped off.
I'm going to have to mute you, Chris, because that
Sorry about that.
on. It's just, I didn't want to do that.
And now it's the sparks and smokes section of the show.
Yep.
That's what I get for screwing with it while we're live.
So all my wood, well, I won't say all of it because I do have some, like some of my burls and stuff like that I get from Worldwide Burls on Instagram. And some of it I got from Advantage Hardwood when they were doing sales, and it sits up there. Whenever I do my segmented, I use that. But most of my wood, about 90% of it, comes from trees that are locally downed in storms, or somebody had to take it down because of disease. Very sustainable, you know. So I'll go out there and I'll bring my trailer and we'll load up a couple. I'll
load it up, yeah.
Come along. Huh?
Yeah, load it up. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I get that come along and done it up, and then I'll bring it home. Or like we had Helene come through here, and there were trees down everywhere. Now I didn't get a chance to get much of that, but our fire chief in the town, he had pecans all over his property, like hundreds of them, and it blew them all down.
Wow.
So I think I got about 30 logs out here from him. He brought a dump truck and dumped it because right before that, I purchased a sawmill. So I have a sawmill now.
So you can actually mill your wood.
Yeah,
Wow,
up to
cool.
19-inch logs now. So, so I did a video on that. It didn't do very well. No one wanted to see me mill a log up, but I might still do a few of those. Some people enjoyed it, you know.
Who do you think you are, Matt Cremona?
Yeah, I wish
right?
I talk about him. I don't see, you know, Matt's not a big dude. He's probably about half my size, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm wrestling a 19-inch log on this sawmill, and I sit there and think about him wrestling these 6-foot logs on his mill.
But it's the motion in the ocean. That's all.
No. Hold on. He's got two types of lifts.
Yeah,
he's got a small forklift, and then he's got that big, huge one that'll lift like 20,000, 30,000 pounds. I mean, that's got an arm. Plus, it's a boom lift. So
he always had those.
No, but he don't wrestle them like you're thinking wrestle them. And then I would tell you what I truly would love to have. I'd love to have that trailer of his.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
But he built that.
Yep.
Yeah, he built that trailer.
That little halo lift that he's got on there is awesome.
Yeah,
he built his mill.
Yeah, he built his
mill too. Yep.
He actually sells those plans.
Yeah.
On his thing. I was sitting there thinking about that, and I'm like going, "There's no way. There's no way."
Yeah.
I don't have the welding skills or the assembly skills for that.
Yeah. You're right. It's. I mean, I've built a few things in my life, nothing close to that, but I say built. I've repaired a few things. I've repaired a few trailers in my life, and even the repair is a pain in the butt.
Absolutely.
So I think when he got started, I don't think he had many welding skills when he got started with that whole thing. So
nope.
I think he probably it probably was a thing where he started out and learned to weld doing that.
Yeah. That's how you normally do learn, is by doing. I mean, practice.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just that type of person that can do anything. He just got to decide he wants to do it.
Yeah.
I'd like to have that Barney built.
Yeah.
And some of the equipment, like the bandsaw, he made a bandsaw out of wood. Now, come on, I've seen others to do that, but really, that's pretty good stuff.
So how long would have to actually set, Ken, before you can use it? I mean, you say you had stuff up there for 15 years. I mean, but how long does it actually need to set? Or is it one of those things you have to just keep checking the moisture content?
Wood dries about an inch a year. That's what they say. Normally, the rule of thumb is 18 months. Let's say I plank out a 2-inch slab. It's probably gonna be 18 months till it's good and dry. But I'm using stuff after about 8-9 months. I cap a log off, and that rounded part, I'll take those and cut those into flanks to do woodwork into a bowl with, and probably 6 months, 8 months. But there are times that I take these wood blanks, I'll turn them into like a wood blank bowl around thing, and I'll put them in my oven. I know Leanne doesn't like that because I put it at about 150 degrees, and I just put it in the oven and let it sit there for 4 or 5 hours, and it dries it out. So,
have you ever dried anything in a microwave?
I tried that once. It doesn't work well with full blanks. It works a lot better with like thin bowls.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be very careful because that wood will ignite in there.
Because the microwave interacts with the moisture in there, the moisture molecules, right? Or
yeah, something. I don't think I'm smart enough to know that.
Well, you said Leanne gets mad at you using her oven to buy you an oven for your shop.
Yeah, Ken. We just changed out an oven too. I understand exactly.
Yeah.
Leanne say, why her roast smell smoke?
Yeah. Well, I see wood turners. They have those toaster ovens in there, and their top, and they'll hit it on 200 and throw it in there for a timer for 4 hours or whatever. But I don't know. I got so much wood laying around. I mean, you guys can't see it that way because I don't have you guys pointing towards all the wood, but I've got stacks of wood here. It's all across the wall, right to where this is at, right there, and then all the way back over there, over there, over there. I got stuff over here, and then I've got 2 buildings full of wood, and then I've got lean-tos on the backs of those full of wood.
Ken, it's called the Paul's Messy Workshop maneuver. You just handle it to where everything else is off camera.
I was going to ask you, do you dry those indoors or outdoors, and what do you do about termites?
Well, I had a pile of wood on a pallet right outside this garage door on the side of the house. And they came and sprayed for termites and bugs. They're supposed to do it once a year. I haven't done it this year yet, but and they said you might want to move those. They're full of termites. So I just burned them. So
barbecue time.
Most of my wood is indoors. They're either in a building or under an overhang, a shed, or inside my workshop.
Yeah. My outside wood is to barbecue. Not that there's a lot of wood there, but
now all my logs for milling that I put on the sawmill are out in the open. They're just sitting out there.
How long do they sit out there?
Those are pecans, so I'm going to they're going to sit out there probably. They've been sitting for 6 months. I can't remember when Elaine hit. I think it was last November, I think. So they've been sitting there since last November. So I'm going to start milling those up now. And the reason that I let them sit for about a year is because pecan will get this beautiful spalting in it. I'm not sure where I got a piece of pecan. Oh, right here. I got it. Hold on.
Spalting, really?
Yeah, Leanne said, Leanne's out there in the chat, and she says, we built the shop too small.
It was too small before.
Is it ever too big? Yeah.
So this is a piece of pecan from around here. And you see how the different shades are? Now this one's on the verge down here where it's starting to rot. So I got to it a little bit too late. But this is what I'm talking about. And this is what happens if you let it sit for about a few months, at least 6 months. But you can't let it sit on the ground because if it sits on the ground, it'll rot.
Right. Moisture is always there.
Yeah. So we put 3 inches of gravel out here and back over the right near the septic. Put the logs on top of the septic.
Oh, that'll do it. That'll run the bugs away at least.
Well, the logs aren't the issue with the septic. The truck that brought in all the gravel was an issue. It sank in to the septic.
Oh my God.
Nothing leaked out, so it was fine.
Yeah,
that's in the hole. It's at the end of it, anyways. So,
do you ever cook with the pecan?
No, not really. No. I used to use cherry scraps in pecan, and but I haven't lately. Man, I'll tell you, I get home, and if it's time to cook, I throw a steak on my gas grill.
On the gas grill, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a smoker hot box that I load wood in one side, and I trimmed the pecan tree that was running up against the building. But that's why I asked. I'm thinking of throwing it in there. We use mesquite all the time, or oak. I've got some oak too. That.
Hey Ken, when you're out looking, or you see a piece of wood you think it'd be cool to make a bowl out of, what do you look at in the wood to say, yeah, I'm going to grab that and throw it in the truck, or I'm just going to leave it for the termites? What are you looking for that?
I mean, it's hard to say exactly what makes me grab it. I guess it's just if it's a unique piece of wood, I'll grab it. Like this, I grabbed this piece, and it was like a lot bigger. It was just a piece of Bradford pear that Justin, I told Justin I was looking to make a certain bowl. I had this idea of a bowl that was jagged and splintered, and I told Justin about it, and he said, "Well, I got a piece of Bradford pear like that, so this is it." So when I see something like this, it's unique. It's got the jaggedness, and I did make a bowl out of it. So
are you going to encase that in acrylic and then turn it, and you keep that jagged look to it?
Well, not now. I did it already. I did a splintered vase is what it was called. I don't even know. I can't even remember when I made it, but it was what I was looking to do. It was it just had like splinters all over it.
Yeah, encased in the acrylic.
Yeah, and I think I used purple resin. But if a piece of wood looks unique and it looks like I can actually cut it into a bowl blank or use it for something, yeah, I'll definitely grab it. And what I do is I'll take it and put it in my shop or my building, or I'll just put it down on the floor in the shop and let it sit there for until I decide to use it.
Yeah.
So what kind of woods do you think work better making bowls like that than others?
Well, any wood is good for turning. Really, I mean, Bradford pear is beautiful. It's an invasive species that's been outlawed in South Carolina because it grows and it grows and it grows extremely fast, and then it breaks and it causes issues and stuff like that. But it's beautiful. Pine's not a good one. Softer woods really aren't great bowl.
How about sweet gum?
Sweet gum's not bad. That's actually a fairly hard wood, believe it or not.
I beg to differ.
Really?
It's like cutting granite.
That's what I said. It's a fairly hard wood. It on the Jenga scale. Is it Jenga or Jinka? Whatever that's called. It's harder than poplar. Poplar's a softer wood. I don't use it very often in my bowls. I have used it.
Really, I've gotten a lot of poplar from pallet wood and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I have some out here. Well, I don't know. It may not be poplar now that when I cut into it, the video I did, the sawmill, you can look at it. I could have sworn it was black poplar, and now that it's dried, I'm looking at it, and I don't think it's black poplar. So
you got to hold on that live oak.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of live oak over here.
I don't turn no bowls, and I'm popular.
But yeah, that piece I got, while it was still green, it was pretty decent to turn while it was still a little green. But I let it sit for a year or so, then put a bowl blank up there and started to turn it, and I thought I was going to die.
Hey, do that with black cherry. Black cherry's the same way. It is great to turn when it's wet. When it dries, it is like turning rock.
Yeah.
What's your favorite wood with the resin?
Probably cherry burl. I got a bunch of cherry burl. They were clear cutting a big piece of property probably about 6-7 years ago, and I knew the guy that owned the property and asked him if I could go out there. I knew where there were some big burls on the trees out there, and they had clear cut it and just threw the burls off to the side because they weren't good wood. And where am I going?
No, Paul's leaving.
I'm leaving.
Oh,
Paul's
Good seeing you, Ken.
Paul's abandoning us for another show.
Hey,
We're cutting
good
we're
seeing you,
cutting you
Ken.
off.
I wonder if that'll shift it off.
We're giving
Maybe.
we're giving you the
You
hook.
so I went out there, and there were actually three cherry trees, and they had these big burls. So I just cut them and threw them on my truck, and then on my way out, a tree had fell across the road, and I was cutting it up to get out, and there was a big ass burl on there too, so I grabbed it.
We got a question in the chat.
Yeah.
JJE wants to know, have you ever had a project that was so bad when you got done you just threw it away and deleted everything?
Well, I sometimes I've been known to post a video of me shooting projects with shotguns or rifles or something like that.
The algorithm doesn't hammer you for that?
No, but my subscribers do. They get mad, and some people unsubscribe, and it's all in fun. But I have a shelf over the back of my lathe that is called the shelf of shame. And I put every failed project up there. It is overflowing and stuff is falling out of it. I think out of every project that I do, probably out of 10 projects, 2 or 3 of them fail. I got one right here. I am trying to do a baseball bat. I've never done a baseball bat, and the subscriber said, "Have you ever done a baseball bat?" So I thought I'd try it. So I took a bunch of Padauk, a Brazilian cherry, and Purple Heart, and glued them up together with some spacing in it, and then I poured some resin, and I'm going to show you. I got it's not something I can tell you about. I got to show it to you.
This sounds like it's going to get dangerous. Please do not try this at home.
All right, so you see that right there? This resin is gooey. It has been hardening.
Russ, put them on big screen.
For over a month.
Yeah, good idea.
And I took it out of the mold today, and you can see all the resin is just peeling off. You can see how sticky it is?
It looks delicious, though.
It
looks delicious, though. It looks like you could just take a chunk out of it and, chew on it.
Yeah, so it's still all gooey. It's been a month. It's not going to dry. I mixed the resin wrong.
So why keep it?
Now, when you say you mix the resin wrong, what do you think? You didn't get enough hardener in it?
No, I put too much hardener in there. It's a little known fact that if you put too much hardener into your resin, you would think that it would harden faster, right? No, it tends to not harden.
It like emulsifies and turns into like a rubber, doesn't it, or something like that?
It's like a paste now. But I'm gonna leave it. I took it out of the mold. I'm gonna leave it, and hopefully in a couple of months it may harden up. It may. So I'm gonna still go on with that, but I'm going to start over and recut all the wood and do another one. I've got another project right over here. I have been trying to make a snow globe, a real snow globe, not a solid one, a real snow globe. And I have tried and tried and tried, and I have many failures on this video, but I think I figured out a way forward. So, I mean, I even took one of those concrete half spheres and tried to put resin in that, and I made a platter because it all leaked everywhere out.
Ooh.
So,
now, when you say a snow globe, you're going to try to make it round and hollow?
Yeah, hold on. I finally did it, and I have the 2 halves of the snow globe.
Okay.
Looks like the buzzard collectors from the nacelles on Star Trek and the front of the ship. That I need 2 of those.
So it's going to be a big snow globe, but
That's
I just
awesome.
haven't decided what I want to put inside of it yet. But I'm going to have like a base here, and the base is going to light up, and it's going to have, you can take it and you're going to be able to shake the whole thing. And
Ken,
Maybe you could put some snow and some goats in there.
Yeah.
Ken, the division between the 2 globes, instead of it being like this, and the deals here, why don't you do it this way, and then you're looking straight through the clear part and the seams, up here.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping the seams disappear when I resin it.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But if I do it this way.
No, this way. So we're looking at it. Yeah, we're looking at it like that. Exactly.
Well,
I don't see
this way. You got to be able to fill it up, though.
I have to. I'm trying to put I'm trying to put a ground portion right here so I can put something in it. That's going to be the hard part. But then I have to fill it with water and glycerin, water, and glitter to make it shake and float. And who knows if it's going to work? But
I think you ought to try pouring a thin layer of white epoxy, cutting it into little strips, and then take it down and put it in Leanne's blender.
You gotta watch out now. You don't live far enough away to get away from her.
But dry it first.
That's why I'm telling you to do it.
In the air fryer. Use the air fryer.
No, but getting back to the original question, no, I fail a lot. But you can't have success if you don't fail, because it teaches you so much. He's supposed to 3D model. I said, so originally this thing, Leanne said I was supposed to 3D model our house to put in there. I got no clue how to 3D model our house and then 3D print it. My 3D printer doesn't work very well anymore.
Give an AI a picture of your house and tell it to do a line drawing of it. Anyway.
There you go.
or an STL back.
But sometimes some of my failures can be some of my coolest projects. Poison Apple that I did. It's probably one of the most amazing looking projects I did. I think, in my opinion, it was a failed pine bowl. I found a bunch of this pine that was all cracked up and it was just completely gone. So I put it in with resin, and then I started turning it, and it was soaking wet inside. So it was a failed video. I posted it, and I put that thing up on the shelf. And one day I was like, it's going to dry out one day. And it ended up not drying out. And then I took it off the shelf for shame, I think last year, and I made what I called the Poison Apple. And it's beautiful green, kryptonite green. It was a lidded bowl, and I made like an apple stem to the top of it, and it was just so beautiful. So failure is a normal thing with me. So.
It's a chance to get better, to exceed, it's like practice.
For every success, there's a failure.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's usually more. Anyway,
with me, more than one. So,
yeah.
So my Halloween project.
So,
because I'm not done with it, but so the first dome that I made was a failure. Okay, it has bubbles all in it and stuff like that. So the other day I was talking to Leanne. I said, well, I have an idea, and I want to do a cheese dome. So I took resin over this dome and I just started pouring it on it. And this is going to have a holder. And then I'm taking another piece of a failed project that is up on the shelf of shame, and I'm going to do the platter for it. And this will be a cheese dome where you put cheese on a.
That looks like it would be fantastic anyway. I mean, I don't see the error. The man, that's awesome.
Well, this was clear, and there were nothing but bubbles all throughout it. You can see the bubbles in there on this side.
Actually, I can't see them. No.
Oh, well, I poured purple over this, and then I poured black, and I should have left it at just the purple and the black because it looks so much better. But then I started pouring all the other resin on there. And
just like that. Put a knob on the top.
That's what I'm going to do, and then it'll be a lid to the
exactly. That's fantastic.
That'd be a cool light shade.
Lampshade, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, lampshade. Yeah.
Yeah, a little miniature shade for it.
Yeah. Since you don't have anything to do, you should maybe try to turn a giant Oreo or something.
Yeah. There you go. There you
go. Hey, I did turn an Oreo ring box once out of real Oreo.
Oh
yeah, yes.
How did it hold up?
I actually sold it. I held on to it for 2 years, and then I sold it, and it held up great. It smelled wonderful. It smelled like Oreos all the time.
Some places the chocolate comes through and the cream comes through, or
well, I scraped out the cream and I ate it because it was
that's the best part.
What else are you supposed to do?
I crushed all the cookies up into pieces, and then I put them into a white resin. That was my interpretation of the cream.
Yeah.
And then when the resin hardened or got into the cookies and hardened the cookies.
Yeah.
And then I put it into a cup, and then once it hardened up, I took it over to the lathe, and I turned it and cut it in half, and then made a lid on one side, and it turned out pretty good.
So there was no surface of cookie touching at all to the outside.
Well, yeah, there was, but I put the resin coating over it,
and that's how you were getting the aroma.
Yeah.
Oh, cookie.
Yeah, a friend of mine made some coffee bean pen blanks. With real coffee beans in them.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, he gave me one because my wife is a coffee fanatic, and he gave me one of the blanks, and I turned a pen for her, and that was I'm gonna say it had to be 6-8 years ago at least. I know at least 8 probably, because I had just got my first lathe and was starting to turn stuff. And anyway, to make a long story short, she still has it, and it still smells like coffee.
That's awesome.
So my best-selling bowl ever, I had people, once I posted the video of it, was the coffee bean bowl. I did coffee bean in white resin and walnut. And I'll tell you what, when I post that bowl, I think I sold maybe probably 10 of those bowls because they had me doing for them. So coffee beans people love to have stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I was surprised that after all these years, it still smells like coffee. It was like, wow. And he did
getting wired off.
He did a cream color resin for the pen blank. It wasn't a pure white. It was more like a, what I'm saying, like a white yellow with a little yellow tint to it. So it was a cream color. It's a very pretty pen also.
Hey, Ken, I'm going to switch gears a little bit on you. You've got vacuum pots back there and pressure pots. And to me, if you want to get the air out of resin, you'd probably use a vacuum thing. But I see everybody and their brother just uses a pressure pot to do that. You know what why one goes better than the other? Or did you get burned doing it the wrong way once? Or
no, well, so if you're going to have one thing in your shop and you're doing resin blanks, I would highly suggest that you get a pressure pot. you got to. Let me explain what each one does. So a pressure pot squeezes the bubbles in your resin so small that they don't bother your project. Okay, a vacuum sucks all the air out of your project. You will see me use the vacuum if I've got large or got cracks and crevices inside of a bowl that I put resin into, and I need to get that resin into those cracks and crevices. Normally, I will use a pressure pot, but you will always see when I bring that bowl out, there's bubble air pockets on the side and stuff like that. Now, I use the pressure pot because I can't use the vacuum for what I do in a lot of cases. I heat up my resin when I'm using more than one color so they stay separate better. And they get so hot that they flash harden. So like, let's say that I do it with the 4-hour Total Boat epoxy that I got sitting on the counter there and the pump. That's a 2-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 4 to 5 hours to harden. When I set them on the counter, I let them heat up by themselves. I stir them up, I put my stuff in there and I put them there. It takes about 15, 20 minutes for them to get hot. So, because they're a lot of resin in a little area, and I pour them into the bowl. By the time I get them into that pressure pot, they're starting to harden already, because they start hardening. I usually pour it about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and they jump up in heat up to like 165 real quickly once I dump them together. So if you are going to get one thing, I would highly suggest the pressure pot. Makes more sense to everybody. It's easier to use. The vacuum, like I said, if I'm pouring a big pour and I need to get the resin into the cracks and crevices, that's what I use.
I always thought the vacuum was just for sucking cactus juice and stabilizing wood and stuff.
Yeah, that's great for that when you're stabilizing wood. I've tried to stabilize wood 2 or 3 times, and it just I'm not very good at that. So I wrap it up in the tinfoil, Donald. When you got to put it in the oven at 200 for like an hour or whatever, I get it back out. It's a big clump of that hardened resin. So.
Yeah, I've found my best solution for that is just not use nasty wood.
Yeah. I was going to say, you need to use wood that's not falling apart first.
Right.
We got a question in the chat. Leonard wants to know what got you to change from turning wood to turning resin.
So, I actually have a video. The video of my first resin turn. It is a bowl that sits in my house already. I had this dream of a honeycomb bowl, and I couldn't get it out of my mind. I kept dreaming about it. So I sketched it up, and it was a wood bowl. I had a wood blank, and then at a diagonal I had honeycomb, and it was metal honeycomb. And I had this dream. I kept having this dream. So I finally said, you know what? And I got a hold of Total Boat, and I said, you know what? I want to do this video. Are you guys willing to send me a gallon of resin so I can do this video? And I sent them my drawing, and we talked a little bit back and forth, and they said, you know what? Yes, we'll send you a gallon of resin. So they sent me the gallon of resin, and I did this bowl, and it's pretty good. It's really good. I mean, back then I had like 75 subscribers or something like that. Probably a little bit more than that. Probably about 1,000 subscribers. And I did it, and they loved the video. I think it got something like 30,000 views. I've never had a video get that views. hell, all my videos were getting 15, 20 views at a time. And I was all excited about that, you know?
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't the honeycomb that you put in there aluminum?
Yep, it was aluminum honeycomb.
Yeah, I thought so. Because I remember that video. I do remember it.
Yeah.
JP would say aluminium.
Aluminium, yeah. Or aluminium.
But that started, and they just loved the video so much that like 3 days later after releasing the video, I come home and I've got a box of resin. They sent me like 4 gallons of resin. And they texted me on Messenger and they said, "Hey, come up with some more ideas." So I started coming up with more and more ideas with the resin, and man, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy that you can do anything with it. You know, wood that you normally can't use, pieces of wood that you just can't use. You know, mix it with resin, turn it, and you can have something beautiful.
See, in Texas, it's barbecue wood. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, when we were talking about the coffee bean pen, Leonard Davis said he wants to try that. And he also said, I wonder if you use Mary Jane in the pen, would that keep you calm all day?
Either one, I'd love to see. I'd love to see either one, guys.
Yeah.
Now the bowl that really took off for my channel was another honeycomb bowl. I actually have some of this stuff right here. So I had an idea to use some of this packing material here with the honeycomb stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I layered it up and I put it in a bowl, and then I put some Aztec gold color in there, and I turned the bowl and I posted it. And yeah, I was thinking maybe I'd get like 5,000, 6,000 views on it. And that night I picked up my phone and I had like 300,000 views on it. Like by like 8 or 9 o'clock that night. I don't know who got a hold of it and put it anywhere, but somebody shared it somewhere and it just shot. I think it's got like 3 million views on it right now. Or something like that. It's like the best one, best video I've had, and it was a pretty nice bowl, if you ask me.
Just real quick, I wanted to go back through, and because we're getting kind of close to the end, but yeah, we got Leonard Davis out there, Chris Neeland, Lynn's handcrafted. That's a Leonard Davis, I believe. Yep. Aussie Man's out there. Yeah. Aussie Man.
Of course, New Moon Creations.
Yep, that's Leanne. JJE.
That's Jim.
Michelle Marcoux.
Bonsoir.
I see some others. Oh, Jeff's Train World. And I just messed that up. I got to go back to the comments. Jeff's Train World. Bill or Rob Hampton. Sorry about that. Rob Hampton. 3D HP. And if I'm missing you, I'm sorry, but Dan Inge from Dan Inge Woodworking.
And a cast of thousands.
Yep. So I just wanted to mention a few of those that are always around. All right, go ahead, Ken.
I was gonna. Leonard had asked about. He put a question mark on aluminum honeycomb. This is it. It comes in any kind of sheet or any kind of size honeycombs that you want. I use this for my laser, so it's a little bit dirty, but I mean you can still use it. But I just cut pieces out like circles and stuff like that.
Cool. Now, where do you find that?
I got that off Amazon.
Okay.
The other stuff, the corrugated, the cardboard there, I go to the plumbers. They always get that stuff, and you can heat gun and take the pieces of it off because they pack radiators with that stuff, with that honeycomb corrugated cardboard stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a few things over time and shipping that come with that corrugated cardboard. You would be surprised when they put those outside layers on it, how actually, I want to say sturdy or not. I guess that's not the word, but
Rigid.
how much? Yeah, rigid. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, how rigid it is. I mean, I was actually shocked how rigid it was. I mean, you could actually stand up on some of it.
Well, yeah, they ship that with big paper rolls down at work. I could get slabs of that stuff.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Yep. Very, very strong.
Hey, Ken, before we get off here, when you're mixing your colors and stuff, how do you know how much powder to throw in? Do you just like put so much per quart, or you don't even know? Or
it's not really, well, you got to put enough in that it makes it a good color. If you're using the pigments, the powder pigments, you want to make it so it's solid color, unless you're trying to do like a smoky haze, which I've done before. But I usually use like my little measuring spoons. But you gotta remember what you put in there, because if you got to put more in there, you're gonna have to use the same amount, or the resins won't match.
Yeah.
But you can put as much as you want in there to make it solid.
I didn't know if you started off with one level and then added more to make it darker and, like season to taste kind of thing.
Ooh,
Well,
that sounds good.
There are certain colors, like the purple haze that I use. I have to change that up because I put black pigment into it too. And what that does is it gives it that black kind of swirly, bubbly look to it. So when you add that black, carbon black to stuff, it does that to it.
How much of a rabbit hole is it?
It is a big rabbit hole. Yeah, you can see back here. Those are all my resin. Those are all the pigment that I have right there. But over on this wall, there's another little shelf that I have little packets of it, and then all my alcohol inks are over there. All my glow in the dark stuff is right there. Yeah, so I have thermal stuff too, by the way.
That doesn't happen with 3D printing.
Yes, it does, because I got all
Yeah, it does.
They even have thermal pigment that I have a video on my channel that it's purple when you're inside. You bring it outside and it turns white.
Oh, neat.
They've got pigments that you put under hot water and it turns color. Thermal pigments like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, they got so much things.
I've seen the coffee cups that change colors. With temperature, they change colors to match the liquid that's in there. I've got this white cup that's a plastic cup, and I guess it's probably some type of material similar, but it does. When you have water in it, it turns blue up to the point where the water is, the cold water.
Yeah.
Yep. They get coffee cups once you pour the coffee.
Pen.
Like, huh?
I used to have a pen that you turned it over.
I thought you were putting a shot of whiskey or something in it. I don't know.
I know all of you know what pen that is. The little pen.
Yeah. I put his channel, Moonpie Creations, on YouTube. Link in the chat for everybody if they want. If they don't know where he's in, or you can just type in Ken Moon into YouTube, and it will bring him up, and you will be able to see or find him through that way. The second thing, there's no use in doing the woodshop confessions for Ken because he's already done it.
He's already done it.
And we've seen the video too. So
Yeah, I've seen the video. So yeah. Yeah, he has actually. He not only did it, he videotaped it and left it in there and posted it on his YouTube channel. So
You know, I'm working on doing another backup video, which is going to have a little bit more detail and pictures in it. Yeah, I understand. Most of my subscribers are like, well, you didn't show us what happened or what the outcome was. How's your fingers now? So I told them I would do a video and show them what happened, the aftermath, and how it is now. So
I don't know. You might have nightmares afterwards if you relive it.
every time I see those pictures, my chest starts thumping and
I know. I know.
All those years in the military, and you get flashbacks to a joiner.
Yeah, you know that.
Not a scratch when in uniform, but the workshop.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I was thinking. You know, 23 years in the military, going to combat, stuff like that, and then I come home and lose my fingers. So.
We get backdate the paperwork saying it was combat related.
There you go. There you go.
You know, that's what you can do with your wall of shame if it gets too loaded up. Have an auction and sell it to people and donate the funds to the Wounded Warrior Project or something.
That's not a bad idea because when I'm saying, if you ever watch my videos and I'm talking, look in back of me because that's where the shelf of shame is. It is bad.
Oh, I've seen some stuff go on that wall of shame.
We've all got one of those spots.
Yeah, mine's all over the shop.
All right, guys. I hate to cut out of here and not have any more fun, but I am watching my granddaughter tonight. My wife is she's at her high school reunion. I think it's her 40.
Shh, you're not supposed to say that. Shh, don't say which one.
It's somewhere between 40 and 45
Oh my God.
years.
She's almost as old as I am.
High school reunion. So she and a few friends of hers. Her best friend in high school. Her name is Sonia, and they went together tonight. They have been friends since high school. I mean, they're still friends to this day. So they went together to the high school reunion. We've been on a cruise with her for her high school reunion, and we also went on they did one of those short cruises, a dinner cruise where you go over to Tampa Bay, you get on the ship and you have dinner. They go out into the bay for a little while, and you eat dinner, and they have dancing and a band, and they stay out there for a few hours and then come back in. So it's probably about 5-6 hours of total ship time, but it's pretty cool. We went to that for one of our high school reunions, and so and here's the sad thing about it is she has all these things going on with her high school and high school reunion. My high school, the people, the president, and everything, they ain't done crap in all these years, and I've been out of high school longer than she has, and they ain't had nothing done. So I think that's kind of hilarious. So, but anyway, we need to get out of here. Thank everyone for watching tonight. Thank you all for being out there in the chat and for making comments. And thank you, Ken Moon.
Well, thanks for having me, Russ. I appreciate it.
Great for you to be here, Ken.
Yeah, thank you very much. We enjoyed it, and I'm sure the audience is saying great show. So, yeah, appreciate it a lot. So, listen. Like I said, I hate to get out of here so early, but I got to go and tend to she's been very patient and sitting there watching YouTube. She likes a few.
Is she watching us on YouTube?
No, she's watching something far more interesting on us on YouTube. But she has a few shows that she really likes.
Ken
up here, not ours.
Ken, it's thank you for being on the show. It's not as interesting as some other shows, but.
Well, I mean, she's only 4 years old. Come on, give me a break.
She's watching SpongeBob. Just say it.
No, actually, no. She's watching Blimpie and Roma and Diane and Paw Patrol. Those are like three I know that she likes to watch. So
tell her hello. and good night.
SpongeBob was a long time ago, Al. Catch up. Come on.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're too darn busy to get out in your shop and make some sawdust, you're either lazy, get off your butt, get off the couch, get out in your shop, make some sawdust, or you're just too darn busy. So get off your butt, make some sawdust, make something, and prove to the world that you actually are worth something and not useless. Just give me sawdust. Lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you,
boys and girls. Remember, you don't have to go home.
What he said. What he said.
Oh, you can't stay here. Exit left.
Model day has been postponed indefinitely.
Last call was a while ago. Let's go out of here.
What he said.